WAGA-TV, Atlanta.
From TV5, Eyewitness News. This is Sunday Evening.
I'm Ken Watts. Welcome to Sunday Evening. For the first time in about 100 years, a Metro college has a woman in the president's chair. Sharon Summers introduces us to Dr. Ruth Schmidt of Agnes Scott. A neighborhood group meeting to plan strategy for Tuesday's big hearing on the Great Park. We'll have a live report. And the 1983 hurricane season is upon us. Some new developments in the way forecasters warn the public about hurricanes. Bill Hartman has the Sunday Evening Sports and Glenn Schwartz the weather. But first, Lori Everett is here with our top news story.
Thank you, Ken. Good evening. Atlanta's Center for Disease Control is accused of hampering the government's probe into that mysterious disease, AIDS. As we told you in a recent special report, the CDC is conducting extensive research on acquired immune deficiency syndrome. New York Congressman Ted Weiss, chairman of a subcommittee monitoring the search for a cause and cure of that disease, wants to review the center's files. Officials of the CDC say they are not willing to give the government complete access to confidential medical files.
They want to come in and go through files, have unrestricted and private conversations with employees. And as far as I'm concerned, that's not a normal way of doing government's business.
Because of that, Congressman Weiss accuses the CDC of, quote, a serious lack of cooperation. Officials at the center say they have nothing to hide.
It makes it appear as if we've got something to hide, which annoys me quite a bit. We don't. We've been ahead of just about everybody else in dealing with this problem. We're ahead of our own budget, for that matter, in terms of devoting resources to it.
In other developments, the House of Representatives voted last week to spend $12 million more on AIDS research. The Senate is expected to approve a similar increase next week.
The Great Park controversy heats up again. A big public hearing Tuesday where the state will present the results of their environmental impact study for the park. Right now, a neighborhood group is plotting strategy for Tuesday's hearing. Sunday Evening reporter Angela Robinson is standing by live at the meeting. Angie?
Yes, Ken, residents from the neighborhoods are meeting at the Druid Hills Methodist Church on the corner of Briarcliff and Ponce de Leon. Probably the last time they will get together before the big meeting on Tuesday. With me is Mr. Quinn Hudson, spokesman for the group Caution. Now, Mr. Hudson, I know you all have a lot of things planned prior to the 7:30 meeting on Tuesday. If we could get your comments on that and also the response from the residents about the environmental impact study that DOT will be presenting.
Yes, we're asking all residents who are concerned about this highway and who live in the neighborhoods to be at the Civic Center at 5:30. We will have a program for about an hour and a half before the public hearing at 7 o'clock, and I think it'll be very entertaining as well as very informative for the local residents. In terms of the environmental impact statement, it is one of the worst documents you can imagine reading. It's not terribly surprising because the very same people who wrote that document were employed by DOT and are the same ones who essentially wrote the plan that Mayor Young presented last summer.
Now, I know a lot of the residents who are fighting the parkway are some of the same residents who supported Mayor Young in his campaign. During that time, he was saying he did not want to turn this city into an asphalt jungle, and now he wants a presidential parkway. Do the residents feel that they've been betrayed, been lied to?
Absolutely. As one of many people who look to Andy Young as our political mentor, we feel definitely we've been betrayed, and we have. We have been lied to. I think this morning's newspaper clearly indicates his inconsistencies and his political maneuverings to get something that he wants done regardless of the consequences.
Okay, thank you very much for being with us. Again, Ken and Lori, that meeting will be Tuesday at 7:30 at the Civic Center. And I'm sure that Mr. Hudson's neighborhood group will want everyone to come out and support them.
Thank you very much. Angela Robinson reporting live.
Well, a hot debate has been going on for many years in Georgia. Should the state allow legal parimutuel horse racing? Well, tonight, a group supporting legalized horse racing in Georgia is holding one of a series of fundraisers to promote their argument. It's not a racetrack, but step up to the table anyway and place your bets.
Okay, 40 on 2 and 40 on 4.
Parimutuel horse racing, the big attraction today at Eland, a special benefit party sponsored by the Georgia Horse Foundation. The foundation is on one side of a hot debate in Georgia. Members want to legalize parimutuel horse racing in the state.
We hope to not only show them the sport itself as a major entertainment source, but also the revenues and the jobs that would be created in the state of Georgia.
There's plenty of opposition to bringing parimutuel betting to Georgia. Many feel the sport would attract organized crime.
It is probably the most policed and controlled of all the sports. Even for a groom to work in the backstretch, he is fingerprinted, police reports. It's a very controlled, very clean sport.
The Georgia Horse Foundation is trying to counter the criticism with media ads, and they're raising money for their campaign at parties like this. For donations of $20 or $30, guests receive up to $250 in play money to place their bets. The featured races are on videotape, races that were run back in April at Keeneland Racetrack in Lexington, Kentucky. Among the bettors, Atlanta City Councilman Rob Pitts.
Given the problems that we're having with economics, not only in the city of Atlanta, but the state of Georgia, that it's an idea whose time has come, and that those who are opposing it and have opposed it for various reasons in the past are going to have to take a second look at this kind of revenue generator.
Well, the parimutuel betting issue will come up again in the next session of the Georgia legislature.
Elsewhere in Georgia, a rally in support of the official seal of the city of Milledgeville. A group of residents has gone to court asking to take the word Christianity off that seal. They claim it violates the doctrine of separation of church and state. And in Jessup, the Holly Electric Corporation has begun removing tons of PCB-contaminated soil from its plant. A Superior Court judge has ordered that cleanup to be finished by Wednesday. Workers are scraping up the top 18 inches of soil. When finished, they will have hauled off about 40 tons of contaminated ground.
Cobb County Police have posted a statewide lookout for Ricky Dean Bradbury, a 23-year-old fugitive from a Kentucky prison, who they want to question about the murder of an East Cobb man and the wounding of the man's wife Friday night. Bradbury, who is serving time for robbery, matches the description of the man Cobb County Police believe took $60 and a pickup truck from J.C. Sawyer and his wife. The man then bound their hands and shot them from behind. Sawyer was killed and Mary Sawyer survived by playing dead.
Up next, Bill Hartman with the latest Sunday evening sports.
This is Bill Hartman. After that thunderstorm moved out of here, the Braves finally took the field against the Cardinals, trying to sweep them. The story coming up next on Sunday evening.